Let's get some. Let's get some. Take this one out of the middle. Take this other one. How many do I want? 3 at least. Alright, let's dig down in the pot. Get the stew. And another dumpling, why not? There we go. Hey everybody, Mike Chavez coming at you once again. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Alright y'all, baby, it's cold outside. Wind's blowing 30 miles an hour. What would be good today? Chili? No, we had chili not that long ago. Some chowder? We had that not long ago. I'll tell you something we haven't had in a while. Chicken and dumplings. So y'all stick around. This is going to be really good. I got a recipe from America's Test Kitchen we're going to try out today. Everything from scratch. Dumplings, everything. So let's check this out. This is going to be good. Chicken and dumplings, y'all. Let's do it. Alright, so we're going to get the stew going, or the chicken soup stew. So this is what's in it. So the recipe calls for 5 pounds of chicken thighs. So this is close to 5 pounds, I'm not sure, but we have 6 really big chicken thighs. So we're going to leave the skin on, leave the bone in. We'll get these going. So we got butter, chopped onion, chopped celery, chopped carrots, a couple bay leaves, some thyme, a couple cloves of garlic, got some flour, got some chicken stock or some chicken broth. So we're going to have some parsley going to be in here, frozen peas we'll finish it up with. So let's get started. I'm going to clear this off, get my chicken seasoned up, and let's get started. Alright, so the recipe says pat the chicken dry and then season with salt and pepper. So you can use salt and pepper. So I'm going to get this chicken patted dry. But of course what I'm going to use to season my chicken, my favorite seasoning, which is Cosmo's Q SPG, salt, pepper, garlic. So come up high, season these up, sprinkle, sprinkle. Alright, so we're going to let this sit for a couple minutes and we'll get the pot heated up. Alright, so we got our Lodge cast iron enamel pot heated up to about 400 degrees, and we'll put a couple tablespoons of avocado oil. Now you can use whatever oil you like, just some regular old vegetable oil. We'll coat the bottom of the pot. So we want to brown this chicken. We're not trying to cook it all the way, so we're going to take this chicken, put it skin side down in the pot. We'll just put 3 to begin with. Now what we want to do is render this fat out. So I'm going to use that chicken fat that comes out of it in the dumplings. So let's let this chicken brown up on that side and we'll flip it over. Alright, so we got the skin side browned up. We'll flip them over. Let the other side brown for a little bit. Then we'll take them out and do the next batch. Alright y'all, we got this side browned up. We're going to take this out, put it on a plate. Let it cool. Get our other rest of the chicken, put it in here. We'll get it all browned up and we'll bring y'all back. We'll put them on back on this tray. Now I washed the tray before I put those chickens back on there. So let those cool a little bit. I'm going to pour off this chicken fat. save it. Okay, I cut my heat off there for a second. So reserve that chicken fat. Put my heat back on kind of low. Now the recipe calls for 6 tablespoons of butter, or half a stick. So I'll put half a stick of butter in here. There we go. Let that melt a little bit. Then we'll put all our vegetables in. So we got 1 medium onion. We got, it says the recipe calls for 4 carrots, 2 ribs of celery. So carrots, onions, and celery on in. So we'll let this cook. It says to put a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. That'll help the vegetables release their juices. Heat's about on medium. So we'll let this cook about 7 minutes or so until they're nice and soft. Alright, these have been cooking about 7 minutes or so. Onions are translucent, soft. So recipe calls for 6 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. So 6 tablespoons all-purpose flour. We'll cook that up. I meant to put my garlic in, but we'll put this in now. Recipe don't call for garlic, but I like garlic. So we'll cook this up. Now remember, the longer you cook flour, the less thickening power it has. So we're just going to cook this for a minute or so with the flour. So we'll start putting our chicken broth in, a little bit at a time. Give it a mix. That way we don't get no clumps. I'm going to turn my heat up to high. So this is 6 cups of chicken broth. I'll leave the ingredients down below. Scrape the bottom. Rest of the chicken broth on in. 2 bay leaves and our teaspoon of fresh thyme chopped. Put that in there. Give it a stir. Alright, we'll let this come up to a simmer. So we'll put a 1/4 cup of whole milk in here. Stir it on up. Alright, so while we're waiting on this to come back to temp, let's go over here. Alright, recipe says to remove the skin from the chicken. So let's get this skin off, because that way it ain't so much fat in your finished product. Alright, this is starting to look a little thick to me, so I'm going to put about a cup of water in there just to thin it out a little bit. I don't want this too thick. I don't want it to scorch. So this is good and hot. So we'll put our chicken back in. Nestle it down in there. So submerge that chicken. Any juices that accumulated in here, get those in there. Want all that flavor in there. Alright, this has come back up to a simmer. I'm going to turn this heat down all the way, as low as I can get it. Put a lid on it. Alright, as low as you can get it where it's still, where the flame is still on. Alright, we'll leave that in there for 1 hour. So while that's cooking, I'm going to go ahead and clean up, and we'll bring you back, show you the rest of it. Alright y'all, been 1 hour. Let's check this chicken. Alright, smells good up in here. So let's see if this is fall apart. I think it is. So we're going to take this chicken out, turn the heat off. I'm going to put it on a tray. Alright, now to shred this chicken, you can do it with 2 forks. I'm going to do it with some cotton gloves and rubber gloves by hand. I think it's a little easier this way, but you could take 2 forks and do it. So we're just going to pull it off the bone. Take and just shred them apart. Alright, this has been sitting for a little while. Got a little fat come to the top. So we'll skim this fat off of here. Alright, let me get a taste of this. See if we need any seasoning. Oh my. That is good. Doesn't need any seasoning. So, we're going to go ahead, make up our dumplings. Let's do it. Alright, for the dumplings we need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 cup, 2 cups, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, there we go, 1 tablespoon baking powder. Then a teaspoon of salt. Alright, teaspoon of salt. Stir this up. Alright, for the wet ingredients, we're going to take a cup of whole milk. And 3 tablespoons of the chicken fat. And a little bit more. So, the recipe says you want to heat this up. Okay, so this milk, we want this, we'll put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds on high. We want this at least lukewarm. Alright, I'm going to turn the heat back on. The stew, bring it back up to a simmer. Alright, so dumplings. So we took a cup of milk, 2 cups of flour, and the chicken fat. We'll pour this in, mix it up. Here we go. So it says to stir this in until it's incorporated. Probably don't want to over mix it. All right. So we'll go ahead, let this stew come back up to temp. All right, this is about back to a simmer. So I'm going to take my chicken, put my chicken back in. Stir it in. Looking lovely. Nice and silky. Said chicken's going to drop the temperature a little bit. That's alright. We don't want this chicken to disintegrate. That's why we waited until the last minute to put it back in. Alright, this is up to a simmer again. So we're going to add 1 cup of frozen peas. And the recipe calls for 3 tablespoons of parsley. This is Italian flat leaf parsley chopped up. Alright, we get that stirred in. So we'll bring our dumpling mix over. Got a little ice cream scooper. So we'll get this thing full. Set the dumplings all around it. Alright, so we're going to let this cook for about 10-15 minutes uncovered. Then we'll cover it for 10-15 minutes. Then it'll be ready to eat. Alright, this has been cooking about 10 minutes. I'm going to put the lid on. I'm going to reduce this heat down as low as it'll go. I'm going to let that go for 15 minutes. And we'll be ready to eat. Alright. Alright, y'all, let's get into this. Look at that. Looking lovely. Let's get some. Let's get some. Take this one out of the middle. Take this other one. How many do I want? 3 at least. Alright, let's dig down in the pot. Get the stew. And another dumpling. Why not? There we go. Look at that, y'all. Tell me that don't look good. There we go. So let's try this out, shall we? Alright, y'all, here we go. Steaming chicken and dumplings right there. Look at that. Nice steaming bowl. So let's try the soup first. Nice chunks of chicken. Carrots, peas. Are y'all ready? Taste! Oh my. Alright, let's cut one of these dumplings. Look at that. A little soup with it. Right there, y'all. Taste! Oh my. That's perfect. Tender, not dry, not gummy. I gotta have another bite of this. I've been waiting for this for hours. The house is just, the smell in the house has been driving me nuts. Here you go. Hot. Homemade chicken and dumplings. Mama in the other room just said delicious. And it is. It's really good. So hope y'all enjoyed it. Try this out. I'll leave the ingredients below. To see how to make it, watch the video. So, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. Comments, questions, leave them below. There's more videos over here for you to watch. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button right there, y'all. Alright, see y'all next time. Bye, everybody.